What's going on, everybody? AgentNorth here, and today I'm making a video that I've been kind of holding off on making for a while, mainly because I've been waiting for more information. And what I'm talking about is ArcheAge 3.0. For many of you guys that do not know, ArcheAge 3.0 has been announced, and believe it or not, a lot of really good things are coming with ArcheAge 3.0. And we'll get into details shortly. But today, a new video was released from XL Games, and I want to go over it shortly because it's going to go over some of the important things we're going to talk about in today's video. So let's get right into the video now. Now, it's pretty important to go over some of the important notes of this video that are going on in the background, and I'm going to try to go over them momentarily. But I cannot. I'm so hyped, mainly because back in the alpha, we knew about these races, and the races, as you saw in the video, were the Dwarfs and the Warborn. Now, we knew about the Dwarfs and the Warborn since alpha of the NA version, and we were hyped back then because we were all like, "Oh, dude, I'm so excited! I'm already ready for new races. This would be awesome." 2 years later, they're finally coming out. And it's nice because they have their unique animations, and I was told they were following a skeleton and animation theme of the already existing races, but I'm not really seeing that, though I could be wrong. But we're going to go over some parts of the video, guys, and try to explain what's going on and what's really unique about this video. 2 seconds. One of the first important things is that the region here, this snowy region, I'm believing this is a Dwarven region. And believe it or not, this is already in the game. It's an unfinished area already in the game. Some people were able to get into that version of the map and explore it with a no-clip, I believe. But this whole region has been in the game. It's been an unfinished area for a while, but we've known about it for a really long time. But holy crap, dude, it looks awesome. It actually looks pretty epic. I'm kind of upset that I don't play a Western character because the Dwarven region looks fantastic. I mean, the animations on all of that. This region, this looks very much like Golden Ruins, but I could be wrong because I also know the Warborn area is supposed to be a very desert area. Now, what I think this region is, this is one of the newer housing regions, I believe. Unless it's in Aurora, I could be wrong, but there's supposed to be 2 new housing regions released, which is awesome. In case a new Fresh Start server comes out anytime soon, there won't be as much of a collapse on land because there'll be a lot of land available. It looks very much like Broccoli and kind of has that Aurora vibe, but I'm not entirely sure until we see more. I was under the understanding that Warborn region was going to be a very desert region, very like a lot of rocks, similar to a desert. I think this is some of the newer housing regions. This might be the Warborn region right here. I'm pretty sure this is the main Warborn region, and it looks kind of cool. It looks very Warborn, I guess you could say. And I'm pretty sure this is a housing area. I mean, it's flat. There's a lot of room. It looks like it could be a housing region. It looks like a really cool housing region at that, to be honest. Right here, you can see a pack crafter. I want to highlight that key point. That looks like a pack crafter or a crafting area. So, I'm assuming this is a new housing zone. Alright, now, we're going to go over slowly what's going on, and holy crap, dude, I'm making a waifu of a female Warborn. This is the Warborn, very demonic-esque. Apparently, the 3.0 patch, this class, or this, particular race, is going to have a transformation as well, where it transforms into, like, a demon, like, more demonic. I'm not sure how that works out, but here we have the dwarf, the female dwarf, and the male dwarf. They, too, apparently are going to have a transformation where they can transform into a mechanical, kind of like they get into a robot or something. I'm not sure how it works. I'm also confused because there hasn't been any details regarding if the Faran, the Harani, the humans or the elves have any transformations as well. I was confused if they were going to have equal part transformation. And like I said, dude, the female Warborn is fantastic. Complete waifu material. Let's be honest, guys. What I like about the male Warborn, which is kind of hard to say, I like how it's actually, the Western characters now have a very, brutish looking character that could fit a plate armor really well and look like a tank on the field. So I imagine I would be rolling one of these guys just to make a badass looking tank. As you can see, they do all have their own custom animations, which is pretty cool. That dwarf dance is just fantastic. As you can see, they do have custom casting animations. They have it, and this is important to show. This is a new mount. It looks like a warthog or something. I'm not sure, but it looks cool. I mean, all of it looks really well done, and I'm very excited for 3.0 now. There's a lot more features that we have to talk about that aren't shown in this video, and I want to talk about it. I was talked about at the XL Games a meeting about a week and a half ago. So we're going to talk about that real quick, guys. And a lot of this information has been posted on the forums by a forum user and a YouTuber of Beluv. I will include his YouTube link in the description because he did gather most of this information and make it available for us. So, important stuff to talk about real quick, guys. Let's talk about this. And this is a lot of information regarding 3.0. Now, the big ones, I'm going to be rehashing his information, and I do apologize. Again, I'm not trying to... This is the only information really available for the NA users right now. So, again, Beov, thank you so much for gathering this information. The rest of us NA and EU players would not know anything about this if it wasn't for you. So, he starts off by saying there's going to be a new raid field boss, like a new world boss. And it's apparently going to be a air monster. It's going to be a flying monster similar to the red dragon. But to fight it, you have to ride the dragons like babies, where like wyverns. I butchered that. You apparently have to fly those to fight it. That sounds awesome. It's a flying world boss where you have to use flying mounts to fight. That sounds really cool. There's apparently going to be a new naval sea battle with 20 users. I don't know if that's a PvP arena. There's going to be new ships. I think we're adding the medium galleons now, not the next step up from until Anoan. And there's going to be new gear for ships. There's going to be a new resident hall. I'm not sure what that is. There's going to be a new kind of skill set. It's not really like a skill set, but like an authority. Now, the way he explained it is that it's added on to your already existing skill sets, and it's called Hatred. So if you add it to Battle Rage, it'll be like Battle Rage of Hatred, or Sorcery will be Sorcery of Hatred. And it adds some extra skills to the skill set and some extra passives. And I think Bialv has a new video. Again, his link is in the description. I think he has a new video showing off some of the pictures of this, because I think it showed off like 3 new abilities added to Battle Rage and passives added to Battle Rage that came with it from being Battle Rage of Hatred. Same with Sorcery and same with Defense he showed in the video. There's a new quest line to get Hatred. Again, the new Warborn and Dwarfs in the Dwarven region, and it talks about their transformation a little bit, which they get this transformation apparently at level 30, and they also get their own mount. I'm not sure Not sure what this transformation is yet. I'm looking for more information on what this transformation is. They showed it on their first video, their first teaser, but no information yet. Max vocation levels being extended, and there's going to be new family content, skills, and buffs. So if you have a family and you do in-game and you do work with your family in your house, now there's more to it. More than just, oh, they can use your land. And family can now teleport to the same house. There's going to be some new middle-sized mansions. Kind of cool. I've never owned a mansion, so that sounds awesome. All right, there's going to be two new maps per region. So 2 new maps for the east, 2 new maps for the west. And there's a new house area apparently for 2,500 houses. In Korea, in the Korean ArcheAge, they're getting labor potion cooldowns. I don't know how that affects us. We already have labor potion cooldowns. Korea could spam it endlessly. Hopefully we start getting some better labor regen rates, or maybe some better labor usage rates, which we'll talk about that in another video. They're talking about reforming the regrade probability and increasing the reward from the destruction of gear. Anything that improves RNG is awesome. An auto dice bidding, I'm not sure what that is. Apparently an auto roll for everything. There's going to be a new 6 versus 6 battlefield. And they're also going to be combining server, what's it called? A cross-server PvP. So all the PvP arena queues will be across servers now. Awesome. That is good. That is so necessary because sometimes late night the servers are dead. And you kind of wish you could fight against other servers that aren't so dead at night. There will be no race-changing system. This sucks. It really does. It's almost like they want you to spend money on a new character slot. I hope they give us a free character slot for these new races because, believe it or not, people are excited. Just saying, Black Desert and Dom gave us a free character slot for when the Blader came out. There's apparently going to be an airship. Most of which is going on about this airship is uncertain. They didn't say anything about the Aeronor gear. So the new tier of gear has not been announced yet. And as far as information goes, that's all. I'm curious to hear what you guys think about 3.0. I'm personally very hyped, but I want a little bit more of a important topic to talk about right now. To XL Games and Tryon. Now, we know 3.0 in Korea comes out in July. And we know that 3.0 for NA comes out sometime towards the end of the year. NA and EU, sorry. This is the perfect opportunity for both XL Games and Tryon to make a lot of necessary changes to the game to bring back a huge portion of the player base. Now, I'm not sure how successful the business model is of this game for these companies, but I can tell you the current player base success is not very good. And it's to my understanding that a few quote-unquote whales keep these companies afloat by paying thousands and thousands of dollars of Apex or Cash App credits every month. And unfortunately, what this does is puts a huge gap of the player base of players who only want to play completely free-to-play, which I don't think is acceptable personally. I don't think a player should play, they should have to at least support a game somehow more than just endlessly playing. And then players who are basically allowing these players to play completely free-to-play. Now, we've talked about a new fresh start server. And I know a lot of people are against that because they don't want to see the servers further gapped. And personally, I do agree. I think that one mega server would be good. But if it came to the point where we have only enough players to make one mega server, another fresh start server would not be entirely a bad thing. But hear me out here, guys. What if this fresh start server was sub only? Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, you can just get Apex and fund it. What if you needed to have a fresh account that was paid monthly basis for sub only with real money to get onto the server? No Apex. The cash out's going to be changed dramatically. Labor regen is going to be improved dramatically. Labor usage is going to be changed. It's not going to be as hefty of labor usage to funnel you into buying more labor pots. And what if these changes were made into this new fresh start server? No shitty packages that gave people insane advantages. Lava Spark package, just saying. On Morpheus, that was horrible. It gave people such a huge advantage. All of those thirsty worker comps, worker comps that allow people to endlessly regen labor to power level through these fresh start servers and control everything right away. You know, what if? What if all these changes were made to this new fresh start server? I mean, like I said, 3.0 is a perfect opportunity for both XL Games and Tryon to make necessary changes to the game that we need. 2.9 is doing a great job, but there's still some things that I notice that are very punishing and aren't very enjoyable for the player experience. You know, these welcome back packages for the Ascension pack are awesome. They don't really give us that, you know, catch-up feel, unfortunately. A 4K gear score doesn't really help us compete against 5K gear score people who have weapons that still one-shot us. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's awesome. Thank you. We appreciate it. For those of us that wanted to come back into the game and now are caught up dramatically. Understand, a lot of people don't want to come back because they know what the gear gap is. And a lot of people don't want to come back because they know how punishing systems like labor are. And how, like, once you're out of labor, you're not really able to make a whole lot of money in-game without, as a lot of players do, make another account that you can use to also use as labor. I myself have made a second account with that I've gotten patron for. And I can tell you, it's more of a chore than an enjoyable gaming experience. So hopefully they take advantage of this new opportunity of 3.0 to make some amazing dramatic changes to the game. And we can make ArcheAge a much more populated place again. Because let's be honest, ArcheAge is a great game. Just hasn't had the best business decisions over the past 2 years. Thanks for watching, guys. This is AgentNorth signing off. Guys, I'm back on ArcheAge again. If you're watching this video, you probably already know that. I'm on EU server Rangora, so if you ever want to come play with me, come hang out in the server and watch me fail my epic regrades on stream live every day at twitch.tv/agent_north. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully we hear some more information about 3.0 in the near future. Signing off.